In this video, I'll start with the elementary properties of determinants followed by exercise questions. First, we will see the properties of determinants. The first property is the value of the determinant remains unchanged if its rows and columns are interchanged. So if we interchange the rows and columns, that is if rows become columns and columns become rows, then in that case if we interchange the rows and columns, then the value of the determinant remains unchanged. So we can show this as if this is the given determinant a1, a2, a3, b1, b2, b3, c1, c2, c3. If we interchange the rows and columns, that is if the first row becomes the first column, second row becomes the second column, and third row becomes the third column. In this case, the value of the determinant remains the same. So these two are equal. These two are equal. So symbolically we can write it as interchanging Ri and Ci, where Ri represents the ith row and Ci the ith column. The next property is if any two rows or columns of a determinant are interchanged, then sign of the determinant changes. So if we interchange any two rows, then the sign of the determinant will change. Symbolically, if we interchange rows, we write it as Ri interchanging with Rj, and interchange of columns is represented as interchanging Ci and Cj. So say for example, if we interchange R1 and R2, interchanging R1 and R2, in this case it will be minus B1, B2, B3, A1, A2, A3, C1, C2, C3. So the value of this determinant will be the negative of the value of this determinant. The next property is if any two rows or columns of a determinant are identical, that is all the corresponding elements are same, then the value of the determinant is 0. So if two rows or two columns are identical, that is if all the elements are the same, then the value of the determinant is 0. Say for example, here we can see that these two rows are identical, a1, a2, a3, a1, a2, a3, c1, c2, c3. In this case, the value of the determinant is equal to 0. The next property is if each element of a row or a column of a determinant is multiplied by a constant k, then its value gets multiplied by k. Say for example, if this is the given determinant a1, a2, a3, b1, b2, b3, c1, c2, c3. Let us take this as delta. Then if here we can see that the third row is multiplied by k, that is R3 is multiplied with the non-zero number k. So in this case, the value of the determinant will be equal to k into the given determinant. So if delta 1 is the determinant obtained by applying Ri changing to KRi or Ci changing to KCi to the determinant delta, then delta 1 is equal to k into delta. Say if we take this as delta 1, then this is equal to k into delta. So based on this property, we can see that we can take out any common factor from any one row or any one column of a given determinant, and if corresponding elements of two rows of or columns of a determinant are proportional, then its value is again 0. So based on this property, we have these results. Then the next property is if all or some elements of a row or column of a determinant are expressed as sum of two or more terms, then the determinant can be expressed as sum of two or more determinants. Say for example, here the first row is expressed as a1 plus x1, a2 plus x2, a3 plus x3. The second row is b1, b2, b3. Third row is c1, c2, c3. We can express this determinant as the sum of a1, a2, a3, b1, b2, b3, c1, c2, c3 plus x1, x2, x3, b1, b2, b3, c1, c2, c3. This is the fifth property. The next property, the value of a determinant remains the same if we apply the operation Ri changing to Ra plus k into Rj or Ci changing to Ci plus k into Cj. So, say for example, if we apply R1 changing to R1 plus k into R2, where k is any non-zero number, then this determinant will be equal to R1 changing to R1 plus k into R2 means the first row will be A1 plus k into B1, A2 plus k into B2, A3 plus k into B3, and the second and third rows remain the same. So these two are equal. The value of this determinant is equal to the value of this determinant. So these are some of the properties of determinants. While solving problems, you can remember these properties and apply them very easily. Now we'll solve the exercise questions. These questions are from exercise 5.2 from chapter 5 determinants of class 12 applied mathematics by M.L. Agarwal. The first question is, without expanding, find the values of. So we have to use the properties that we just now saw and find the values of these determinants. So the first one is 102, 18, 36, 1, 3, 4, 17, 3, 6. So let this determinant be equal to delta. Now let us apply R1 changing to R1 minus 6 R3. So here we can see that 17 into 6 is 102. So if we apply this property, then here we will get 0. 102 minus 6 into 17, 102. Then 18 minus 3 into 6 is 18 minus 18, 0. Then 36 minus 6 into 6 is 36. So 36 minus 36, here again we get 0. So here all the values will become 0. If one row of a determinant is 0, then the value of the determinant is equal to 0. So we will have 102 minus 6 into 17, 18 minus 6 into 3, and 36 minus 6 into 6. The other rows remain the same. So delta is equal to. So this is equal to 0, 0, 0, 1, 3, 4, 17, 3, 6. So here if we have one entire row 0, then we will get the value of this determinant as 0, because we will have 0 into this determinant minus 0 into, we have to remove this column and this row and take the remaining elements, plus 0 into this determinant. So in all the cases we will get 0 plus 0 plus 0. So if any one row or column is 0, then the value of the determinant is 0. So this is equal to 0. Therefore delta is equal to 0. Next question, we have to find the determinant of 2, 7, 65, 3, 8, 75, 5, 9, 86. So let us take this as equal to delta. Now if we apply C3 minus 9C2. Here if we multiply the second column by 9 and subtract them from C3, then here we will have 65 minus 63 2, 75 minus 72 3, 86 minus 81 5. So these two columns will be equal. Then this determinant will also be equal to 0. So applying C3 changing to C3 minus 9 C2. So we have delta is equal to the first column and the second column will remain the same. The third column will be 65 minus 9 into 7, 9 into C2. And here 75 minus 9 into 8. And here 86 minus 9 into 9. So this is equal to 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9. So here 65 minus 63 is 2. Then here 75 minus 72 is 3. And 85 minus 81 is 5. So here we can see that C1 and C3 are identical. That is, all the elements are same. So the value of this determinant is 0 using the property. So this is equal to 0 since C1 and C3 are identical. Therefore, delta is equal to 0. The next question, without expanding, find the values of this determinant 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17. So let us take this as equal to delta. Now applying C3 changing to C3 minus C2. So we will get delta is equal to 1, 7, 13, 3, 9, 15. Here C3 changing to C3 minus C2 means 5 minus 3 is 2, 11 minus 9 is 2, 17 minus 15 is 2. Now we can do applying C2 changing to C2 minus C1. So delta will be 1, 7, 13. Here C2 changing to C2 minus C1 means 3 minus 1 is 2, 9 minus 7 2, 15 minus 13 is 2. So here also 2, 2, 2. So this is equal to 0. Since C2 and C3 are identical. Next question, without expanding, find the values of x a, x plus a, y b, y plus b, z c, z plus c. So here we can write this as sum of two matrices. So here, since here we have x plus a, y plus b, z plus c, if we take this as equal to delta, then we can write delta is equal to x, y, z, a, b, c, x, y, z plus x, y, z, a, b, c, a, b, c. So if we have any column or any row as sum of two or more terms, then we can write the given determinant as sum of two different determinants. So here if we see, in this case these two columns are identical, and here these two columns are identical. So this is also 0 and this is also 0. So this is equal to 0 plus 0. Since C1 and C3 are identical in first determinant, and C2 and C3 are identical in second one. Therefore, delta is equal to 0. The next question, without expanding, find the values of. So again, let us use the property 5, and we can write the determinant as sum of two determinants. Here we have a plus 2x, b plus 2y, c plus 2z. So we can write this as sum of two determinants. So let us take this is equal to delta So delta is equal to A, B, C, A, B, C, X, Y, Z plus A, B, C, 2x, 2y, 2z and X, Y, Z. Again, this is by property 5. Now if we see in this determinant, two rows are identical, and here in this determinant these two rows are proportional. So we have seen if two rows are identical, then the value of the determinant is 0, and if two rows are proportional also by property 4, then the value of the determinant is 0. So this is equal to 0 plus 0. Since two rows are identical and two rows are proportional. Therefore, the value of the given determinant is equal to 0. The next question, without expanding, find the values of determinant of a minus b, b minus c, c minus a, x minus y, y minus z, z minus x, p minus q, q minus r and r minus p. So let us take this as this is equal to delta. Now applying C1 changing to C1 plus C2 plus C3. So let us, that is the first column we are adding C2 and C3. So we have delta is equal to A minus B plus B minus C plus C minus A. C2 and C3 remains the same, B minus C, C minus C. Then here it will be x minus y plus C2 is y minus z plus the element in C3 is z minus x. Here y minus z, z minus x. Then p minus q plus the element in the second column. Third row, second column is q minus r plus third row, third column r minus p. Here q minus r and r minus p. So here we can see that minus b plus b minus C plus C, A minus A. So this is 0. Here minus Y plus Y, minus Z plus Z, X minus X, this is also 0. Minus Q plus Q, minus R plus R, minus P plus P. So this is also equal to 0. So all the elements in the first column is 0. Z minus X, R minus P. So since one entire column is 0, the value of this determinant is equal to 0. The next question, without expanding, find the values of this determinant. 1 BCA into B plus C, 1 CA, B into C plus A, 1 AB, C into A plus B. So let us take this as equal to delta. Now let us apply C3 changing to C3 plus C2. So in that case we will get C1 and C2 remains the same. Here it will be AB plus AC plus BC, and here it will be BC plus AB plus CA, and here it will be AC plus BC plus AB. So here we can see that AB plus BC plus AC is common in all the elements of the third column. So we can take this common factor outside. Taking common factor AB plus BC plus CA from C3. So this is equal to AB plus BC plus CA into 1 1 1 BC CA AB 1 1 1. So when we take this common factor outside, we will get 1 1 1 2. Here we can see that two columns are identical. So the value of this determinant is 0. So this is equal to 0 since C1 and C3 are identical. The next question, without expanding, find the values of this determinant. 1 by A, 1 BC, 1 by B, 1 CA, and 1 by C, 1 AB. So let us take this as this is equal to delta, and applying C1 changing to ABC into C1 and multiply by 1 by ABC. So we get delta is equal to 1 by ABC into ABC by A. We are applying in the first column ABC into the first column, then ABC by B, then ABC by C. Here 1 1 1 BC CA AB. So this is equal to 1 by ABC into, here A and A will go here, B and B will go here, C and C will go. So here we will have BC, CA and AB. The remaining columns remain the same. BC, CA, AB. Here we can see that C1 and C3 are identical. Therefore, this is equal to 0. So, this is equal to 1 by ABC into 0. Since C1 and C3 are identical, or delta is equal to 0. So, the value of the given determinant is 0. The next one, without expanding, find the values of determinant of a plus b, 2a plus b, 3a plus b, then 2a plus b, 3a plus b, 4a plus b, 4a plus b, 5a plus b, and 6a plus b. So let us take this as delta, and let us apply the operation supplying C2 changing to C2 minus C1 and C3 changing to C3 minus C1. So when we do C2 changing to C2 minus C1, here we will have A and A. When we do C3 changing to C3 minus C1, here we will have 2A, 2A and 2A. So this is equal to delta is equal to, the first column remains the same, A plus B, 2A plus B and 4A plus B. In the second column we have 2A plus B minus A minus B. So it is A. Then 3A plus B minus 2A minus B. It is again A. Then 5A plus B minus 4A minus B. It is again A. And C3 changing to C3 minus C1 means 3A plus B minus A minus B 2A, 4A plus B minus 2A minus B. So it is again 2A. 6A plus B minus 4A minus B is again 2A. So we can see that these two columns are proportional. So the value of this is again equal to 0. Since C2 and C3 are proportional. Now, these are some of the important results. If A is a square matrix of order 2 by 2, then determinant of K into A will be equal to K square into determinant of A. And if A is a square matrix of order 3, then determinant of K into A will be equal to K cube into determinant of A. So these are some of the important results which we have to remember for solving the remaining questions. So here it is given, if A is a square matrix of order 2 and determinant of A is equal to minus 5, find the value of determinant of 3A. So we are asked to find the value of determinant of 3A, and it is given A is a square matrix of order 2 and determinant of A is equal to minus 5. So we just now saw if A is a square matrix of order 2, then determinant of Ka is equal to K square into A. So here determinant of A is equal to minus 5 is given. Determinant of 3A will be equal to 3 square into determinant of A. So this is equal to 9 into minus 5, which is minus 45. The next question, if A is a square matrix of order 3 and determinant of A is equal to 4, find the value of determinant of 2A. So here again A is a square matrix of order 3. Then if we have seen, if A is a square matrix of order 3, then determinant of Ka is equal to K cube into determinant of A. So here it is given determinant of A is equal to 4. So determinant of 2A is equal to 2 cube into determinant of A. So this is 8 into 4, which is 32. So determinant of 2a is equal to 32. The next question, if A is a square matrix of order 3 and determinant of A is equal to minus 2, then find the value of determinant of minus 5A. So here it is given determinant of A is minus 2 and A is a square matrix of order 3. Then determinant of minus 5A is equal to minus 5 the whole cube into determinant of A. So this is equal to minus 125 into minus 2. So this is equal to 250. Next question. If A is a square matrix of order 3 and determinant of 3A is equal to K into determinant of A, find the value of K. So it is given A is a square matrix of order 3. Then determinant of 3A is equal to 3 cube into determinant of A. So this is equal to 27 into determinant of A. Given determinant of 3A is equal to K into determinant of A. So from these two, we can see that K is equal to 27. From 1 and 2, K equal to 27. Next question, if A is a square matrix such that determinant of A is equal to 5, then write the value of A into determinant of A into A transpose. So here it is given determinant of A is equal to 5. So determinant of A into A transpose will be equal to determinant of A into determinant of A transpose. So when we interchange the rows and columns of a determinant, the value of the determinant remains unchanged. So determinant of A transpose will also be equal to determinant of A, as we have seen from the first property. So this is equal to 5 into 5, which is equal to 25. The next question, if A is a square matrix satisfying A transpose is equal to I, write the value of determinant of A. So it is given A transpose is equal to I. So this means determinant of A transpose will be equal to determinant of phi, which is equal to 1, because determinant of phi is equal to 1. So this means determinant of A into determinant of A transpose is equal to 1, or determinant of A the whole square is equal to 1. So from this we get determinant of A is equal to plus 1 or minus 1. The next question, if A is equal to the matrix x2, 2x and determinant of A cube is equal to 125, find the value or values of x. So first, from this first let us find the determinant of A. Determinant of A, we have to multiply these two minus the product of these two. So it is x squared minus 4. So it is given determinant of A cube is equal to 125, which means determinant of A the whole cube is 5 cube. So from this we get determinant of A is equal to 5. So substituting in 1, we get x square minus 4 is equal to 5, or x square is equal to 5 plus 4, 9. Therefore, x is equal to plus or minus 3. So the values of x are x is equal to 3, comma x is equal to minus 3. The next question, show that one root of the equation x plus a, b c, b x plus c a, c a x plus b is equal to 0 is minus of a plus b plus c. So we have to show that using this equation, this determinant is equal to 0. One value of x is minus of a plus b plus c. So here let us applying R1 changing to R1 plus R2 plus R3. We get x plus a plus b plus c, then b plus x plus c plus a, then c plus a plus x plus b. The other rows remain the same. b, x plus c, a, c, a, x plus b equal to 0. So here we can see that x plus a plus b plus c is a common factor. Taking common factor, x plus a plus b plus c from R1. So we get x plus a plus b plus c into the determinant 1, 1, 1, b x plus c a, c a, x plus b equal to 0. So we have got x plus a plus b plus c into this determinant is 0. So which means x plus a plus b plus c equal to 0 or the value of this determinant is equal to 0. So which implies x is equal to minus of a plus b plus c. So this implies x plus a plus b plus c equal to 0 or this determinant is equal to 0. Therefore, we can see that x is equal to minus of a plus b plus c is a root. Therefore, x is equal to minus of a plus b plus c is one root of the given equation. The next question, without expanding, prove that a square bc, b square ca, c square ab is equal to this determinant 1 a square a cube, 1 b square b cube, 1 c square c cube. So here let us apply R1 changing to a into R1, R2 changing to b into R2, R3 changing to c into R3, and dividing by ABC. So we get left hand side is equal to 1 by ABC into a square multiplying the first row by a. So we get first row a square a cube ABC. Second row we are multiplying by b. So b square b cube ABC. Third row multiplying by c square c cube ABC. So here ABC is common. We can take ABC outside. So this is equal to ABC by ABC into a square, b square, c square, a cube, b cube, c cube, 1, 1, 1. So these two will go. Here we can interchange C1, C3 and C1, and then C2 and C3. So interchanging C1, C3 and then C2, C3. So we get equal to, when we interchange two columns, then the sign of the determinant will change. Here we are interchanging twice, so we will get -1 the whole square into 1, 1, 1, a square, b square, c square, and a cube, b cube, c cube. So here -1 the whole square will be +1. So this is equal to the right hand side. The next question, use properties of determinant to prove that this determinant x minus 3, x minus 4, x minus alpha, x minus 2, x minus 3, x minus beta, x minus 1, x minus 2, x minus gamma equal to 0, where alpha, beta, gamma are in arithmetic progression. So when we have alpha, beta, gamma in arithmetic progression, then we can write alpha plus gamma is equal to 2 beta. Since alpha, beta, gamma are in arithmetic progression, we have alpha plus gamma is equal to 2 beta, which means alpha plus gamma minus 2 beta is equal to 0. So let us take the given determinant as delta, that is the left hand side as delta, and applying R1 changing to R1 plus R3 minus 2 R2. So when we apply this, we will get the left hand side is equal to x minus 3, R1 plus R3 is x minus 1 minus 2 into R2. And here x minus 4 plus x minus 2 minus 2 into x minus 3. Then here x minus alpha plus x minus gamma minus 2 into x minus beta, and the other rows remain the same. X minus 2, x minus 3, x minus beta, x minus 1, x minus 2, x minus gamma. So here we can see x minus 3 plus x minus 4 minus 2x plus 4. Here the entire term becomes 0. That is 2x minus 4 minus 2x plus 4. Here will be 0. Here 2x minus 6 minus 2x plus 6. Again this is 0. Here 2x minus alpha minus gamma plus 2 beta. Here we have alpha plus gamma minus 2 beta is equal to 0. So again here also we will get 0. So this is equal to 0, 0, 0, x minus 2, x minus 3, x minus beta, x minus 1, x minus 2 and x minus gamma. So this is equal to 0, which is the right hand side. I hope this video was useful for you. Thank you for watching.